Welcome back to the channel. Today it's our first 2026 540i xDrive. I believe this began production in March for model year 26 for most of the 5 Series, with the exclusion of the i5 M60. So this is the G60 chassis, gasoline version. So we get up front with our daytime running lights. Basically quotation marks. There's a dual headlight design. There's a corner out there in the corner. And the grille blacked out with the illuminated kidney grille, or the iconic glow kidney grille. We got the parking assistance camera there on the driver's side of the kidney grille. And 540i comes standard with driving assistance plus, or in other words, active cruise control. And then more openings here on the grille here, lower portion. That's a move to the side here at the Dark Graphite metallic. Over on the side, style 938 MCs with the standard 19-inch wheels that come on the 540i xDrive. See floating hubcap as well. We have the M Sport calipers in blue. You step back and take in the side profile of the 540i, which again I think reminds me of the E65 series. You see 5 badging here in the Hofmeister kink area. We have a gurney flap in high gloss black. We got xDrive badging. We got 540i badging with the 5 exaggerated in font size. And pretty slimming tail lights as well. Down below you'll note there's no protruding exhaust tips. For the 5 Series you have to step up the M5 in order to get those things, but you can see the exhaust tips are there. They're just pointed down and they don't protrude through the bumper. It's technically a dual exhaust. See over there, right there. There's that rear 3/4 view of the 5 Series. There are slight updates on the interior, mainly to deal with the window switches, now in high gloss black. Is that an upgrade or not? It looks maybe a little bit more classy, but then you get fingerprints all over it. And the 530i that we had on the channel did have an update to the lighting, the interior ambient lighting. And this one still has those light bars, very dramatic in size, reminiscent of what is on the G77 series. All right, so opening up, we have the black and Atlas gray merino leather. Door card, the upper portion, like a dark black, maybe, yeah, this is an Atlas gray. I mean, it's really hard to tell compared to the black here. At least on film, it looks a little bit easier to determine. Then here is your interactive light bar. So you get your functions here for your memory seats. The button here brings up the menu for the seat settings. This one's got Bowers Wilkins sound system. And here are those upgraded switches. Now, they are definitely piano black and glossy finish. Lower portion of this door card, scratchy-ish plastic. All right, here are those, would you call these Vader seats? We see black and then Atlas gray around the side of the head restraint, and then also on the shoulders. Some nice quilting effects here, all perforated in some contrasting stitching. Down below, you have adjustments here for lumbar support. Now, side bolster adjustment does exist. It's just in the seating menu. Same, you know, this one does not have the luxury seating package, which means you would get multi-function seats. In other words, powered everything. So this one has a manually powered crumb catcher. Nothing on the torso. All right, so on the inside, in front of me, your standard M Sport steering wheel, flat bottom in design, which has M badging. Controls on the left-hand side for assisted driving and cruise control. Again, this one does not have Driving Assistance Pro, but does come standard with Driving Assistance Plus. Shift paddles with a boost function. For me, iDrive 8.5 live cockpit. Head-up display. The rest of the curved display here. Upper portion of this dashboard feels like a Vaganza material, so imitation leather. It is black up here. You can see some Atlas gray at the top there. And more of the vent controls here with interaction bar lighting up in the M colors now because it is in sport mode. So vent controls here, 0 is closed, 1 is open. Controls down here for where the air is blowing. I forget the name of the trim here is not listed on the Monroe sticker, so I'll put that as a pop-up right now, but it's open pore trim. Then you got wireless charging only on this side, and your cup holders and USB-C charging ports. So this one has the executive package. You get glass controls for the drive selector nub, iDrive controller, and the volume wheel. All right, starting price, the 2026 540i xDrive is $65,800. Dark Graphite Metallic adds another $650. Any metallic paint other than like Tanzanite Blue or Dravit Gray, it's going to add you another $650. The Merino Leather adds another $24.50. The M Sport package is $3,000. M Sport Pro for $10.50. The executive package for another $3,800. That does include the panoramic glass panel. See, everything else here is included, including the interior camera. Browser Wick and sound system for $950. Then we got luggage compartment mats, all weather floor mats, folding hubcaps, all told. MSRP for this particular example, $79,510. All right, we'll open up the moonroof shade. Now, of note on some cars now, you're probably used to having it push this back to open up. Now, on this one, push it forward to open up the shade. All right, so no comfort access on the rear doors because ultra wideband technology. All right, so here is the rest of the interior in black and Atlas gray. And the moonroof shade open for that panoramic glass panel, which does not open. All right, here is a view of the cockpit from the back seat. Then out back you have vent controls, and that's it. Now you have an optional available 4-zone climate control, new for model year 26, and USB-C charging ports down there. You also have a USB-C charging port in the back of each of the front seats, plus travel and comfort system. There's more of that panoramic glass panel there. Knee room, legroom, pretty good. And then headroom, not too bad in the back of the 540i. See more of the exec package. You got the sunshades here. Let's move to the back. You have a powered tailgate standard on the 540i, and therefore kick to open. Gotta think about that for a while. All right, so here is the cargo area, pretty good size. Of course, now you have, get this out of here one-handed. Of course, now you have the newfangled mobility kit. So it was first debuted on the iX, and that's what it looks like. It also has a USB charging port to charge it up, but it goes on the wheel and stays there. And you can plug it in to the valve stem right there and inflate it, and then it will have to be removed at a BMW center only. But that's what the new mobility kit looks like. And then power tailgate, you can either kick to close or press one of those buttons there. So obviously you can just close it or lock it. So go ahead and press the button. Then make our way to the front and pop the hood as we take in more of the 540i. So in terms of production-wise, at least for us, the 540i has been relatively hard to come by. 530i is pretty easy to get, and of course the i5 is also very easy. But for some reason, they're not given a lot of allocations for the 540i. All right, so underneath the hood here is the B58 inline-six 3-liter turbo engine, 375 horsepower and 398 torques. And that's it for a quick look at a 540i. We'll see you at the next video.